I declare today, you're outstanding. DJ Bari, play this song. You know what I'm saying? Every Kisii queen, play this song. Just for you. Abangina bangaini, korogusina bangina bangaini. Abangina gusina bangina bangaini. Abangina gusina bangina bangaini. Sina bangina bangaini etwani ge kobuga yanyora bokire abangina gusina bangina bangaini bakogenda baganda babataka radio bagotera chimbe bachanyarire a champion ente barasa homo science renda people Sina bangina bangaini abangina bangaini korogusina bangina bangaini abangina gusina bangina bangaini abangina gusina bangina bangaini abangina gusina.
Yes. For consideration. So then we'll be having like 3 aspects of the group. So general group with an investment aspect of it, with welfare and the merry-go-round, which the birthday aspect sees it's not
something
which
makes the group active.
That's okay.
If possible, remember, let him be active on a merry-go-round. And
so that those are mandatory.
Investment,
yes, is optional.
It's optional.
Because there are some people who can't do this to invest.
The point is, I want to come on.
And you can't force somebody.
I want to tell you what it is to be a group. Yeah? To a group, to put in the uri independent nga aina bukunyara kura moyo example to kondama yani ntage tonya rugo turama kwenzi. Are you getting me? Like we cannot have a group to kugenda oyate to invest it's a group we want to move together with one agenda.
To a few members para que divulgar matanga na bakolo biasa biasa e party day bakolo biasa biasa but say kiombe mbai ba ba kiombe it's optional the thing with what was they are still our members. Can we do away with them?
If we want our to me kinda have a limit I want na baito lakini to taito kwa tuare kiombe kwa one agenda let's consider kuli kubake ben kongu.
Thank you, David. The members who are willing to get into it will have the safeguard so that you are also able to do it. I think that's in a manner that
super good.
That allows you to do it without losing out, investing. I don't know.
Which is okay. We have priorities. Yeah, you see, if I invest this way, you will lose.
Yeah,
which is okay. I can be part of the group, but in the time to invest, well and good. I just do it. Say the you and the investment naro to kick off, but even I'm telling you this. Now I kill come again to want to go back. We got two limitations. For example, we are kicking off total investment like let's say 2021. Tunataka mangana investment, maybe total to raise funds. To raise the funds, we have started a project. Now acquiring from the initial stages, kero tu target. Kero kwa rege nteke bono ki found it. No acquiring from the one to go. Bono chako to the inga ki, ngote to go so that investment kero ya found. Ebu arabono onto yo.
It's more of a discussion. Let's set everything right. tukuwe na muongozo mzuri hapa. Like mume raise issue, Dana anaongea for maybe 5 minutes. Mnaweza mkacapture hiyo like time na nini so that tukue organized, number 1. Alafu number 2, acha ieleweke kwamba tunatoa points up for discussion, not you are giving a point straight to being recorded.
Yes.
You give a point, ikuwe discussed. Kama watu inakuwa na utata kama hii issue ya mtu akuwe member, mtu aingie kwa investment, mtu aingie kwa birthday. Ikishindikana tunapiga kura hapa. Umeona? Ili kusudi we move, kwa sababu tukianza hapa itakuwa ni debate, huyu anataka yake na hatuna muongozo. We'll end up wasting a lot of time. So issue kama hii imekuwa sensitive, but it has a clear way out. Na nilikuwa nasema ingewezekana mambo ya investment haingekuja vile imekuja, but it is still okay. Kwa sababu gani? Hii investment imekuja wakati there are people still hawajaamua kuingia kwa investment. Umeona? Kuna wengine wanataka kuingia kwenye bash. Umeona? So we can't start discussing investment na mtu wa bashi yuko hapa, kwa sababu yeye ataona mnampotezea muda ama amuongee kitu kinachomuhusu. So hii ingewekwa kwamba tuseme watu wangapi wanataka investment nini safi. Sasa watu wa investment tukutane siku fulani, ili mkikutana pale kwenye investment ni kupitisha, kwa sababu nyote already the first agenda ni investment.
Kama wewe una feel mtu anaweza kuwa kwa hizi active na akose kuwa kwa hii bado ni member, wewe unasema akue every member akue kwa zote, so kubaliana tu na wao.
Already tuko na zile rules zenye zinatugovern such that kama hautoi kwa birthday inamaanisha wewe pia utatolewa. Kama hautoi kwa watu wako kwa shida inamaanisha pia wewe hautatolewa ukiwa na shida. So let that one be in place na guide kila mtu. You are either with people or alone. So it's a path you choose. Ikuwe tu hivyo. So ukiwa kwa group utakuwa unajua wewe uko unataka nini.
Yes.
We'll have an overall chair and the overall leadership. But then the carcasses, you know, we'll have someone in charge of investment within the group. You know, those people who are investing would have their leader. He's not coming to take the powers of the chair. But if the chair wants to find out what is the progress, how much investment, how much have we received, there's somebody to account. You know, if it's there will be somebody in charge of the merry-go-round who ensures that everybody has paid, the money is paid out, and everything runs okay. Possibly there will be somebody in charge of the birthday celebrations and stuff. So ideally, there will be leaders of those departments, but the chair remains the same, the group is the same, but then the responsibilities are devolved, so to say.
So as a chigachi investment sechiga onye kwarure, for example, maide onye kwarure 100,000 example, oso kwarure 10,000 watigiro ro umondo ndo rure 200,000, umondo rure 1 million. And we are expecting to get returns from whatever that we want to invest in. When the returns come, I kwarute 10,000 yogatigiro ro, whatever you get as returns, ekobe ratio ilikuwa weighted. Exactly. So we don't have a problem with somebody who is going to be affected financially in the future, because every department takes care of itself. I think na where go. So on the ones yokoba affect financially, na bwate njiragete, na ndo bwate njiragete to godi na kirakyo. For example, investment equal to komichika go sinyaro. Sawa, ine ratio yao. Tu omuntu getonyorete million. So agero omuntu yorete million yakanyora a million as in terms of returns, oyo ruete 10 na era bakanyora 10 in that ratio. Onye kere mangana birthdays gwaruete ogatigera abantu babere una wagocha kwa onye bari arwerete onye merry-go-round, I don't think it has got any option, especially onye kwanyore chipesa onye kwanyorire imasa kochira lazima kontra signora tigako. Yes, lakini naye ekerocha kojore chia uliuta tenere. I'll personally communicate with the person madina nyare betara kwa best yao. So ekerocha konyora chia expecting that onyore chiori.
There is an option.
Yoto bangili teo.
Beatrice na bawa o kara no nyenche no opo ngakere chini. For example on tenga na ki. Pita email go round. Narure marakatano. Ye tikare te marakatano na ande. Toko kwa terora rafu chiko cho.
No, that is local arrangement. You're going to make local arrangement. To make internal, but to inform a treasurer.
Yes.
Nari chibase chiko chikonyora mna kwa bwatira katikati. Ocho kwa chibase cho ongira neri chirichiana na ruete. Correct? Yeah.
Mapoaire ngakebus.
For benevolence, there is the close self and family. Family meaning wife, child, and parent, is it? So there's a minimum. You can specify at that time of need and say, maybe whatever member, amepoteza bibi, guys, because of the need and whatever it is, tunauliza mlipe maybe 10,000 or 1,000 that you can specify the group, sindio? But then we say in the constitution that we limit contributions to nuclear family, sindio? That's okay. So then the treasurer or the chair or the leadership will decide at the time of need how much you need to pay. That's okay, because we might not really specify how much in the constitution you're supposed to pay for brother, for sister, you know.
Okay, we will specify. Actually, and we've always done it. Brother, sister, no moibori.
500.
That's 500. Not 500, but minimum. Minimum.
Then the other classes, after brother, sister, and parent, one is
okay.
Immediate family.
Member.
We're
talking about member.
Yes.
Me, I'm suggesting lowest amount here by 2,000.
for member.
Yeah, for a member. 2,000. Pagete can do.
Na mori go kwa. Ondeta yo go kwa. That is just for safeguard.
Actually, they have to that guidance because in general, what happens? I may have more friends because of maybe social life. I want to have more friends to go kubwa. But to be fair, I want to more cash. But because of your social life, then you go interact in Avanto on few amount. So to avoid that, you have to maybe a suggestion. No, just whatever 3K. Then a suggestion that it be minimum amount for a member 2K. Kuruabu kerutu atuele data amount yetu atebire ngaki kerutu aluze ama friend tatebe member. Ntomanye tenga aki ibere to wana tokoro. Osenisa to wana tokoro. Kuruabu na bora nyalenta ite koruno iko. Osenisa. Echi to ko chikari bichachons. Yeah.
Sasa
ya 2000.
Aya mapoa.
Member ya sibu
member.
Ya kitu
Can you give up to 10,000?
Alafu
Utaona hivi sasa.
Brother, sister, parent, 500. That's okay. I think.
that guy doesn't take you good to go.
Merry-go-round, how much per month?
The constitution. Merry-go-round. 1,000.
Currently. Akonya to attest ngaki tokoro chibesa. Kuruabu from there. Abatokora ngaki wana banta batora antole active and we are able to contribute. Na batora amwe to limit down to monte besera mokonya. Akuna jotoka besa ko ndonyu ero seneji konyagiere. Kuruabu na batokora ngabanta to bugati they are able to contribute this amount.
Sema like maybe Joshua hajakuwa na sisi, si kweli? So Joshua anataka kutujoin because hii chama yetu tulikuwa tumeipanga ina alphabetical order, ndio. Joshua anataka kujoin, si ndio? Hii merry-go-round. Sasa yeye anafanywa aje?
Atangoje ishe.
Itaisha? Tangoje ishe? Itaisha? Ianze sasa. Ikianza ataanza na number 1.
Tumekuanga members, kuna wale tumekuwa tumefanya chama, so chama imeisha. There is a new member anaingia on board, but jina yake maybe iko hapo.
Hata kama anaitwa
number 3 number 4 hapo tuseme.
I get you.
Hata kama number 1 anaitwa
huyu new member atakuja ingishwe hapo katikati ama atakuja yako huko chini.
Ataendeleza chama. Hawana minute kuna kana tetemanya.
So then you'll follow the alphabetical.
Yes.
Where he should.
Sawa, alphabetically. Sawa.
Kila member ambaye ana join kuna vitu atakuwa interested kufanya na zingine hatakuwa
So
interested.
should we then proceed to say in terms of investment?
So mi kitu nilikuwa na request, like since tumekava hizo zingine, can we just go back to investment? Hata kama kila mtu hataki kuinvest, ama anataka kuinvest, to just brainstorm everything, blah blah blah.
Whoever thinks
tuone vile hiyo maneno inaenda.
We have that ready.
Such that we are also willing to listen, tujue how the whole thing came about, na kila mtu amepanga nini, and then na sisi pia tuchangie how the whole thing goes.
Well, that all land, building and other immovable property and all investments and securities which shall be acquired by the members of the group shall be vested in the name of the group and that of 3 other trustees who shall be members of the group and shall be appointed at an annual general meeting. Because if it's property, land, you're buying on the name, under the name Nyamaonde. You know what? And then the names on that are trustees, 3 people. I believe to corrupt 3 guys who are of sound mind, sio kitu rahisi. That was the suggestion. That trustees shall pay all income received from property vested in the trustee to the treasurer. So if maybe say you're buying shares in a certain company, that money is paid to an account that is under the name your group. You know, group at every AGM you're expected to appoint, maybe every 3 years or every 2 years or every year. I would say every year would be cumbersome to go and change signatories at a bank. No, you're not serious. So if you take maybe 3 or 4 years, na change the signatories, then it means any money, any profits are paid to the account. Then it safeguards your interest. There is an auditor. Every year, guys, you guys meet, you're expected to appoint an auditor, an external auditor, to go through the books of accounts. The funds may only be used for the following purposes. Zile pesa zimekwa, I don't know. You would decide, members would agree. One is development, as in development then is investment in income generating activities, not any other reason. All monies and funds shall be received by and paid to the treasurer and shall be deposited by him in the name of the group in any bank or banks approved by the committee. The committee shall have power to suspend any officer, any office bearer who it has reasonable cause to believe is not properly accounting for any of the funds or property of the group and shall have power to appoint another person in his place, acting capacity, mpaka the next group. So if maybe during the year you guys or the chair feels the treasurer is not accounting for certain monies, the committee can make a resolution to suspend that person, appoint another pending investigations and accountability. That is just for safety, because then you do not, we can agree whether you need to do that as a committee or call for an SGM so that members decide. For a small group like this one, that's better. I don't want to use us. Then the monthly contributions zitasaidia to grow the investment capital. Say we at the end of the year, if we contribute 1,000 bob, we are 40. No, we shall have invested at the end of the year. Kila mtu atakuwa ametoa around those are 10 months. That is around 10,000 shillings times 4. That's 400,000 shillings. It's not a huge investment. So if we defer the books of accounts for 3 years, you know, we'll be having an investment of 1.4 million. To account for. Say, for the other groups, we can have, during our annual general meeting, we can have a brief, you know. The 40 of us, we're going to make 400,000. That money needs to be invested and then a report given after a reasonable time. You don't want to insist that you have to maybe get, a brief is okay, but then the money should be invested and later in profits. Maybe 2 or 3 years if we need to make serious profits. I'm imagining it's going to run like a pension scheme, which people contribute, then allow the people in charge to look for. Of course, we will have it in the constitution. Where do you want the money invested? We tried to highlight areas we can invest. Members should decide, so that then it doesn't give so much room to the leaders. Waamue ni gari wananunua ipate accident kesho, and then you get into losses. So members should specify which areas do you want to invest in. Is it real estate? Is it what type of investment, and what you expect maybe after a certain period, so that the leaders don't have a lot of leeway, then which gives room for misuse of the monies zimecontributiwa.
Sasa kama ndio tunaanza, we can't be talking about shares when we are starting something. We should be talking of ideas. We should be talking of nani anaenda kusimama in the investment train. Who's going to do the investment? Like maybe pick the areas that I invest cash, if at all atapewa cash kwa group. So we should be laying the foundation kutoka chini tukienda juu. Instead tunairusha kutoka juu tukikuja chini. Haita make sense yote. That is one. So let's have proper guidance na investment idea. Kama tuko ideation process, let's stick there and then analyze, alafu tuta grow kwenda juu. Again, tukiwa ideation process, alafu mtu anaongea shares huko juu, it is not making any sense. We don't even have something registered here as a company. And then we are talking of shares. Tunanunua shares wapi? Yeah. So let's start in idea investment. So I was expecting maybe we have the brainstorm of ideas, like when you suggest idea walisema like this is how it is going to work. Tunatafuta watu kwa group na wenye already wako na interest ama wamesha identify spots za investment, maybe ni land, ni rentals, ni whatever. So wamekam na 1 2 3 ndio hizi kwa meza. Alafu wamesema the amount maybe inaweza kuwa 1 2 3. And then nyinyi sasa kama members tulikuwa tunafikiria maybe muanze kama contributions to hit this target, ama pia mvet hizi option tumewapea kwa meza, you know, that kind of nini systematic information inge to guide poa kuliko tunasema monthly tunalipa pesa ikienda wapi. We don't want money to go and sit in an account.
Na people came with a lot of ideas tukaamua kuinvest in real estate. Unajua ni long term investment. So we decided as alumni of Nyamaonde, maybe I think enjoy tana kobe meeting, one of the meetings. That's why we got that information. So that we can pull up funds to one account. Depending na shares each mna kilo fa setema. Mondo na roma itora very free ko 100,000. Ata finyigeti. And na rora very free ko relu sitting in 200 chaye. Era anga ki na inche na onda abwa say investment. So we decided as members, officials, we come up with Toigore account. Actually, Corona area has been saving. Okay, been we cover at halt. So when to go account, apart from when we go around the again, we came up with the amount to another contribute towards investment here, real estate. Unless in amount of what any idea different from that, because into the metago. Go brainstorm jirichi ajete toka amua goteba tiga to invest in houses to go robo and then to agachi nyumba rentals. Unless you are nyondo bwate bali batale na attend those meetings nyoko bwata better idea to invest better. Ose yora to advice mara wala tenga kino katogole shares iga awajonga chale trechi pesa within this period. Bado ni investment tu ama stock exchange binebi asara nebinge. But according to members, we decided to invest in real estate. Yes. Abu no to lenye to get information. We kira abu na very go on no ikirta.
Yeah. So basi flow inaweza kuwa open. People to come up with ideas.
If you diversify the investments, then it gives you room to tap from each other industry to get a benefit. If real estate has an issue, maybe you invest in some other thing, you're able to reap what you get from the other side would cushion you in this other side. I don't know, if you broaden the areas of investment.
And then it's nice, kitu at least even per year tunaanza kuona profit, because it is very possible. So it is all about identifying place and then the type of business, and then we engage cash in, because you know ideas are always everywhere. Tunaweza kukaa kama hapa Kisii town, tuone maybe biashara ya supply maji, it's a good thing. Maybe hakuna mtu ana supply ama yule alikuwa ana supply ame drop in cash. So tunaweza ichukua, tunapiga for that year, and then maybe hata tunaweza endeleza in the next year. Instead of having the cash dormant to go towards real estate. Na real estate kitambo muanze mpaka ikam kuleta profits, sio sahihi. Utakuwa na mtoto ambaye ana 10 years.
So tuseme tutahitaji maybe 500,000 ya hiyo project yenye italeta more income kwa group. within that year sasa, maybe after 3 months ikifika hiyo pesa inaweza tolewa ukuwe na another running projects as we are still contributing for the same within a year. I think that is what I've understood.
Alafu mulileta issue ya security of the cash. Let's be very open on this idea.
If you're in a chama, they can insure and secure you guys. Actually, you can even decide to take an insurance on the money you contribute, so that the money is insured in case anything happens.
But pia hiyo, unajua wale watu wanakuinsure wao pia wanataka their policy and premiums and nonsense. We're not going to do that. We're not
so then going to waste more on them.
We're not going to benefit mtu mwingine huko ambaye
treasury trust issue.
Frontier, Abore, what do we do? Of which is very possible.
Be a member who's not
akikataa mimi nitasimama.
Of which is very possible. Hey. Okay, now what are you going to open up an account for the whole group?
Hapana, si mimi na kwa signatory.
Are you ready, for example, wewe kuweka your property on the line?
On the line. Kama ni title deed
of the entire group.
Yes, niko willing. So the issue is, nyinyi maybe mnauliza swali ya am I in a position financially kufanya hivyo?
We are done.
So I believe uko na property. Let me
sasa hapo that's the second question.
Valid with the title deed.
Let me say this. The investment, my take would be this, maybe a word for the group to consider. Wale tuko hapa, assume nobody is here. We are on this table, not unless chair and the leadership knows kuna mtu mahali who is supervising this meeting who is out of this place. But ideally, if it's us who are here or you who are here, then let's give ourselves conditions that are attainable, one, conditions that ensure the safety of our investment, and two, that give us a hope and some inspiration to invest. That would be my take. That for the small group kama hii yenyu, well, how much is this that huwezi amini mwingine nayo chairman, si ndio? I've trusted you with 1,000 bob ya merry-go-round. As you move forward, when you have 4-5 million in the account, trust you me, safeguards will come, because if I've risked to put my 200,000 shillings, I'll ensure I vote for a right leader and somebody I know from amongst ourselves, because I know Mapoa very well. I know Cleophas, I know Chair, I know Beatrice. So maybe. So then I don't want to risk my money with either any of us who I think or I believe at a misuse. So maybe you might want to consider. The other two issues have not been weighty. Now we are talking of issues za pesa. Nobody wants to lose a shilling. Hata kama ni shilingi 10, hauwezi taka ipotee. So let's see where we can begin. And timelines. Cleophas, is it something, Chair, that we want to do? When do we want to do it? But still, if you feel you can't trust one another, you can do other things that maybe bring you together than investment.
You just summarized a whole 2 hours meeting with one statement.
And another,
but I agree with him.
Maybe some terms might be used and then someone just wants to stick with the term. Here yenye watu wanataka ku lose direction with is the term, which is trust. Let's now even maybe use another wonderful term. Cautioning maybe wale wenye wana pesa kidogo kwa investment. Na pia kuwavuta ama kuwapa moyo members to invest. Umeona? Instead of trust. Kwa sababu kama trust basi hii story ishe. Haiwezi kufanyika. So, hii story ya investment is all about following the formalities so that something makes sense. The investment happens.
Kagete tokwana mangana manga. Ayara tokonya the way forward of this group. I think mna lawyer to arrest it. The guidelines. So it's upon us because we so far to what target so far. Because it's like Don't ya go changa kento tamai tire. Yes. So as members, na tuanze ngake ntole group chinda apart from muna to kwa naza WhatsApp ntororo. Yente genge mangani ki monto yomo. That's why I was saying elections by the way, to chako officials all the matukon spinga elbite chairman no. Yente ge corted because no engine mbata ata issues ngokon. Ali abantu bande bara attend this meeting. Yeah.
The issue of elections, Chair, I'm sorry to cut you short. My opinion, most groups that run for long, you can't keep on electing every year. Say you elect somebody for 3 years.
Which is okay.
Which is okay. This inakupea time ya kufanya kazi. Then unaweza chukua another 3 if members believe uko sawa. After that you retire. Unakuwa member, somebody else takes over the leadership. Because every year it's tiring. And then inaweza leta siasa kwa group. 3 years, if every year we have to elect, then taanza campaign yangu mapema. It's campaign anyway. How do you elect?
Again, take it. Even if it's 3 years, itafika tu. Hatutafanya nini? Elections tutafanya. And then I know we'll elect the best people. Usenye kitora nyala bali baro obviously ba okara the right thing. Awako entrenegas. So, ngakete bona is members ndo wate jukumu yo okora to brainstorm to manya what we are supposed to do. Because ni mwate vile visit Araria, Kisii, Nakuru, Eldoret, Nairobi. Location first. Then number 2. Wadre. Chibeza tupo atenchi sana chira gorobole mo. Nande chiagache kose tokwebeka nanda se another kose ne sako iyo gotogorera. Nande tuagachire. So ebine bintu by the avions bibugataneti bibiramu. Ndoko nyara ko ibeka kando kando. So is upon us ngagete guidelines twairu. Kera monto nara watagareire monto tayo tara muna to tebigo. Secretary ngagete binte bitogo ja twa biri kanse minutes echumuna twa mikirero. Twaje twa yuchibeka ali ese group. Bali batayo arolende barra what biribi ali kiro abumbinto ki. Kanyana baraba bwateni kento kende kere tofauti. Watu tainga ki to discussing mboro wangetole on the right track or we have lost focus on the group.
Aishie juu mbinguni Mungu Baba, tunasema tena ni asante umetufikisha jioni ya leo. Tunasema ni shukrani Baba kwa kuwa yote tumeongea ni kwa niaba yako na kwa ujuzi wako umetujaza nao Baba. Asante kwa yote. Hatuna mengi ya kusema bali tunasema ni asante. Katika jina la Yesu tunaomba tukiamini. Amen.
Kama ushaituma fare mazee kaenda ndio hiyo design unafanya. Kama ushaitumia dem fare na kukuja. Hiyo ndio story. Let's run with it. Suneka. All right, DJ, run it. I declare today, you're outstanding. DJ Bari, play this song. You know what I'm saying? Every Kisii queen, play this song. Just for you. Abangina bangaini, kora kusina bangina bangaini. Abangina kusina bangina bangaini. Abangina kusina bangina bangaini. Abangina gusina, abangina bangaini.